Okay, hi, welcome. This is Kurt Cleansing from Quality of Life Now. Usually we shoot from our studio in Lexington, but today we're up in Vermont, as you see, at this beautiful house. It's Lake Champlain behind us. Just gonna go over the 8 Brocades, which is the movement for spring. If this is your first time, different seasons, we do different movements because we want to develop your entire body over the year so that you can stay healthy. We work on different parts. If you just do the same thing all year, that part builds up, but the rest of your body can decay. So we don't want that. What we're going to do is, just in case it's your first time, I just want to remind everybody that none of the movements we do should be causing you pain. You should, especially if it's your first time, you should kind of hold back and make sure how it's going to affect your body, and then you can go back and watch it again go on a website, watch it again, and be a bit more strenuous. The main parts are, when you bend your knees should always go in the direction of your toes. If they don't, then as you bend, you can cause problems with your knees, especially on the edges. The other thing is if you have a higher low blood pressure, when we tell you to touch your toes, just stop at your waist. We don't want to either have too much blood pressure, or if you have too little, when you go below your sternum, when you come back up, you can get dizzy and pass out, and that's actually not considered part of the movement. So you're in charge of your body, so be careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, there's a set of movements called the 8 Brocades we're going to go through. So what we want to do is we start by first entering the practice room. You reach up, you extend, your middle finger reaches up, you really expand like you're yawning. Breathe in, and then come back and you compress. So we're just bowing in. Breathe in. This is called pulling down the heavens. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we want to warm up from the inside so we don't hurt ourselves. So the way we do that is we're going to hold a position. What we do is we're going to bend our knees. You want to bend your knees enough so that your glutes and the major muscles in your legs engaged. It should feel pretty solid. Your knees. What you're going to do is we're going to just bring our hands up, our feet, our toes. It's as if there's a wall in front of us. Our toes, our knees, and our hands are touching. Our hands are, this is called standing like a tree because we're in spring. Spring is the wood season, so we're like a tree. Our hands, it's kind of like there's wind blowing, so we feel isometric pressure pushing out, and we also push out our kidneys. That rounds our pelvis, pull underneath. Okay, so we're just going to hold for a minute or two. So that we can build up a little bit of internal heat. So we're just going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. Now when we're breathing in, we're breathing with our abdomen. So when you breathe in, you want to focus your intent on your lower abdomen going out, and then when you breathe out, you want to pull in your navel to your spine. You want to squeeze your floating ribs in, and you want to pull up your perineum and push down your diaphragm. This is compacting your internal organs. Breathe in, breathe out. You want to put your gravity in age, pull down. We're going to pull up and push them back into place. All your internal organs plus breathe in. When you breathe out, you want to push out all the air out of your lungs so you get through all the stale air. So when we breathe in, we can bring in a lot of fresh oxygen for our body. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, then we're going to stand up. We're going to pull down the heavens again, and then breathe out. Okay, we want to continue to warm up our body. So what we're going to do, we want to make sure our body is open, and all the channels, our nerves are straightened out, our adhesions are gone, so energy and fluids can flow. So we're going to shake our hands really loosely. We're trying to get blood to go to our fingertips. That's how we start. And now we're going to relax, and we're going to bounce up and down really loose. This is, Chinese have names for this. This is called shake the 9 gates. You want to come up slightly, have your heels come slightly off the ground if you're not worried about your balance, and then drop back down. You want to send a little shock wave through your body. That's going to be breaking up adhesions in our internal organs. Our rib cage is lifting and going, so if I go you hear that we're getting a little shock wave. This is breaking up any stickiness in our internal organs, and we're trying to have the skin move over the muscles move over the bones. Another minute, and then come up and throw any energy out to our fingertips. Next one is we're going back and forth. We're working on our spine and our neck. Our chin is following our shoulder, so that we're warming up our neck. We're turning back and forth. Our hands are loose, can be hitting against our body. This is called dragon shakes his whiskers. Just going back and forth. We want to warm up the spine a little bit. And one more. Okay, so there. We're going to continue warming up the spine by putting it into a curve. We're going to stretch the meridians on this side, squeeze the internal organs on the other, and we're going to get our spine and our neck to curve. So you're going to reach for the sky, and then you reach for the other side. So you're going to breathe in and then breathe out. So you want to make sure you're going that way. So it's like you're trying to push in a thumbtack on that wall over there. Breathe in, breathe out. You want to be trying to get our spine into a crescent shape. This is the crescent pose, and our back stays up as if there's a wall behind us. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. All right, every season has different movements. This season we're working on our tendons, so the form that you do during this season is called 8 brocades, standing 8 brocades. We're going to do a lot of stretching because we're trying to work the tendons, get them ready for the summer, which we do a lot more activity, so we don't want them to tear during the summer. So we'll just go through some of the 8 brocades. The first one is called splitting heaven and the earth. So it's like we're holding a ball. That one hand goes up, this hand presses, we're splitting the heavens, so this one is pressing the heavens. We want to pull our hand back, so we're palming the sky, and then we want to palm the earth. And we're really pushing because we're trying to open up. We're working the opposite sides of our body, and we're opening up and stretching those meridians. Once again, we're on the other side, we're squeezing the internal organs. So breathe in, breathe out, really reach. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more of these. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to do a variant of this now. When you come down, as you breathe in, the other hand that was pressing the earth comes down the back of your leg, and you look over your shoulder. So as we breathe out, then breathe in, breathe out. Turn as much as you can, but breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Once again, this we're trying to breathe out. We're trying to get good flexibility in our mid-body because we, as well as our tendons, stretching our tendons, flexibility is here important so that our organs can function properly. So the next one is gather the sun to press the earth. So what you're going to do, we've gone over these over the last several weeks. So if you go on our site, you can go to 8 Brocades and get them right now. We're just kind of reviewing them. What you're doing here is you're coming up, You're gathering the sun. You reach up, you want to open up, put your chin up, open up your chest, your shoulder blades touching back, you're coming back, and now when you come forward, your collarbones touch. And then as you breathe out, you're going to scrub your ribs, and you're going to put your hands on your kidneys. We'll just do that. This is the gathering the sun part. So breathe in, really open everything up. Then breathe out, scrub those ribs, support the kidneys. One more of these. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Now the next part, we're going to do the same thing, which is, except we're going to lean forward. So we're going to lean forward. We're going to keep our back arched, and we're going to look forward, and we're going to pull our shoulder blades together just like before. So we're going to breathe in, shoulder blades together. You're looking up, but now we're bent over. And you should really feel this in your hamstrings. We're now working on the lower body by arching the back, and that should get our hamstrings. And then as we breathe out, this is called our horseback because we're arched up. Then now we're going to roll it down, and that's our turtle back. So you breathe out. Now your hands go down the back of your legs. Now we're just going to hang here loose. Breathe in. And then when you breathe out, you bend your knees. Your hands come up the inside of your leg, and we're back to where we started. So once again, this is the one where if you have any kind of blood pressure problems, you should just stop here and just reach. Okay, so we'll just do a few of these. So gather the sun, breathe in, breathe out, scrub, support the kidneys, breathe in, arch that back, shoulder blades together, look up, breathe out, breathe in, this is pressing the earth, breathe out, come back up. And then breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So this is both a review, but we're only going to do like 3 of each one so that we're reviewing it. When you practice yourself, you can do 3, 9, 108, how many you want of each one as you move through. Okay, the next one is 2 hands press the heavens. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands together. Now we're working the forearms, plus we're going to be working the meridians in the back as we lift up. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so now depending on your shoulders, you can lean back, breathe in, push up, and then bring them up, go up on your toes. We want to get our calves going. And then as we breathe out, we're going to lean to the side and breathe out. We're doing that crescent pose again. We're trying to get our spine into a C to open up the vertebrae, get spinal fluids going. And we're going to breathe in again. Push up, come up on your toes, breathe out. So our hands stay in the center of our head. That we don't want to do this. We want to make sure this lets us know how much we're actually turning. Come back to the center. Breathe in, go up on your toes. And now when we breathe out, we're going to look over our shoulder as we breathe out. Then come in, breathe in, up on our toes, come back, breathe out, turn around and look. Okay, and then now breathe in, open everything up. You want your shoulder joints to open up, let fluids in there. You feel like somebody's pulling your fingers. You're stretching your hands as much as you can to strengthen the tendons in there. And then you come back down. So now we got 2 more. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, then breathe in, push up, come up on your toes, breathe out, lean. There's 2 hands, press the heavens. Breathe in, up on your toes, breathe out. Breathe in. Open your toes. Breathe out. Look over your shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. And come back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push out. Push your shoulders out instead of locking your arms. See if you can push your shoulders out. Open those shoulders up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Up. Turn. Breathe out. Look over your shoulder. And then breathe in. Up. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Reach, open everything up, and then breathe out. Okay, we're going to start working on our lower body. We're going to be in what's called a horse position. You want your feet to be about 2 shoulder widths apart. We're bending. When we're holding positions at the beginning, we just bend our knees enough to engage them. What you want to do is, if you can, when you're in your horse position, this is one of the main positions for martial arts and for also holding positions to build up your determination. So your back should be against the wall. Okay, I'm going to have a problem here because I'm on a very, very slick surface. So what you want to do is you want to lower your hips and you want to roll your pelvis under, but your back stays against the wall. So you don't want to be doing this. You don't want to do that. You want to go down and you want to keep your feet straight. Okay. Your hands are going. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up. We're just going to practice this. Breathe in. Your hands come down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so that was not one of the movements. What we're going to do here is we're going to do, it's called pull bow to shoot an arrow. So what we're going to do is going to bring our hands together. We're going to turn. This hand is going to go out, it's pushing the bow. The other hand's going to pull the bow back to the corner of our mouth. That's the kiss. And then we're going to let go. Okay, so then hands come up, come back, turn, and then we pull and push, come up. Oh, sorry, let go. Got to let go of the arrow. Come up. Turn. We want to turn. We're not turning our hips because that'll collapse our knee and hurt our knee. We're turning our waist because we're building up flexibility in our waist. And that also massages our internal organs, makes them healthy, gets fluids going around. So we're turning. So this one, we're pushing out, and this one comes. Okay. But that seems like it's too easy, and right you are. So what we're going to do is we do the same thing, but we're here. As we turn, as we pull, we're going to sink down, and then we let go. Then we come up, breathe in, breathe out. Turn. We're going to pull, breathe in, breathe out, come up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, drop down lower, breathe out, come up, breathe in, breathe out, come down a little bit, turn. Now when we breathe in, this comes out, pushing out. It should feel like somebody's pulling our hand and somebody's pulling our elbow. So we're really opening everything up. We're going to do one more. So breathe in, breathe out, turn, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, that's pull bow to shoot an arrow. Obviously that one is, it's like I said, it's working our internal organs. We're really stretching this way. This is opening up our chest. We're trying to make sure that our chest doesn't calcify so we can breathe. If our sternum, our upper chest is, if we don't do anything, it slowly as you age grows together and pretty soon you can't breathe. You want to keep that flexibility. That's what we're doing this spring season, working on the flexibility inside our body. All right, so what was that? The next one is also, we're working on our mid-body flexibility by turning, but it's a little bit, of course, more complicated than that. We're here, we're in our horse stance. Our hands are on our thighs here, and we're going to turn. When we turn, we don't, once again, we're going to turn our body and look in one direction and the other, but when we do that, we don't want to have our knees collapse. So our knees, hip, knee, and ankle is a mountain, and we're going to turn at the waist. We're trying to get that mid-body flexibility plus that extra charge for our organs. So first, there's even more. So here we're up, we're pulling our shoulder blades back, and we're looking up, and we're in our horseback, and what we're going to do is very similar to gather the sun to press the earth, that we're going to go into the turtle back here. So we're going to drop our head down, and we're going to come up and arch our back. We're going to drop back down, look up, shoulder blades together, and now we're going to, this is called cat gazes at the moon. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our sternum toward the one side, and we're going to use our hands to keep our knees in the same place, and we're going to look over our shoulder and look up at the moon. We're going to come back to the center, arch our back, look up, and then as we breathe out, we're going to look at the moon on the other side. We're here, remember the main thing is, nothing, hips don't move, it's our waist turning. So breathe in, breathe out, arch your back, breathe in, breathe out, cat gazes at the moon, turns. We're trying to see if we can get our sternum all the way over to one side. Just go by whatever your current flexibility is. Things will build up as the weeks go on. Breathe in, breathe out. One more set. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so that was cat gazes at the moon. That one's really good. It really builds up your lower body strength, but at the same time, we're working that mid-body flexibility. The next one is King Rides Horse with Fiery Eyes. When you practice Qigong and Tai Chi, you're actually, the most important thing is your intent. So this is actually working on that. What we're going to do is, your feet, we're going to go up and down in a horse stance, but first we'll do the hands. So your hands are out. You want to make good fists. So that means you roll your hands in, and then your thumb goes and touches the middle finger. So now that way you've got good strong fists. You don't want to ever do that. Put your hands on the inside, your thumbs, or leave your thumbs on the outside. You can hurt your hands when you go to punch something, which I know we would never do. But anyway, so you want to be also, these things, all these little details make you aware of your body. So they're important. Even though you may never punch anybody, you want to know exactly what your body is doing as you're moving. So we're here. So we're going to punch. It should be in front of your sternum. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands out, turn it over, and pull the other hand back. Then you're going to put your hand out, turn over, come back. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, seems like it's too simple. Well, it is. First of all, we'll get the hips in. So as you come in, as you turn over, as you breathe out, you're going to sink down as you pull his hand back. Then you're going to breathe in, breathe out, Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so now what about the fiery eyes? So the king has fiery eyes, you're the king. So what you're doing is you're focusing on, you want your mind to be focused, your fiery eyes, all your attention is on your knuckles. So you're focused on there, and then when you turn your hands over, now you focus on the other knuckles, this one. So your attention's there, so you're breathing in, breathe out, breathe in, focus, breathe out, then breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're going to do one more variation of this, which is you took a rope and you threw it around a tree, and you tied to each hand. So what happens is, as you pull this one in, it pulls the other hand out. You're focusing on the one that's pulling in, the other one goes out. So as you go down, you breathe out, and you pull this back, that pulls the other hand out. You come back up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Yeah, so you're trying to get it so you can work both sides of your body at the same time. So it's a coordination thing. So that's king rides horse with fiery eyes. The next one is king shakes his body. So this is very similar to the warm-up exercise you do with the shake the 9 gates. What you just do, it's actually a little bit simpler. You come up, you lift your heels off the ground, and then you drop down. What you're trying to do is you're trying to come down. You should be really relaxed, and your eyeballs should even shake a bit. If you're like really focused on something, you should see a little shake when you come down. What this does is it sends a shock wave through your body that actually builds up your bone density in your legs, and what it does in your central body is you lift up, and you're also lifting your rib cage off, and then you drop down. That breaks up adhesions and gives a little bit of stimulation to your internal organs. Here at Quality of Life Now, what we're working on is trying to have you have respiration, digestion, and elimination all working really well. That's the 3 areas of your body, and that means your internal organs have to be, all separated and a lot of fluids flowing, and then all your meridians and your nervous system, the kinks are out of it, so energy can flow through, signals can go through your body and tell it all the different parts of your body what's going on. And then some of the other things later is like you're trying to do it so you can move different parts of your body at the same time, so you're getting the circuitry like going across the body at the same time, so your body basically knows where all the pieces are and can move them independently. Okay, so we'll just do a few of those. So we're coming up, dropping down, come up, drop down, come up, drop down, and one more, come up, and then you're loose when it drops down. You want to cause that little shock to go through. What we're going to do now is we're just going to do we're going to do a little bit of breathing. That what we've done up till now, that's usually considered Qigong, which is breath work. Qi is your energy, but your breath controls your energy, and Gong, it's actually pronounced Gung, so it's actually Qigong if you hear other people say it. So that's that has to do with your just breath work, because you use your breath to stimulate your internal organs and your Qi flow through your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Tai Chi, a Tai Chi principle, which is feet, waist, hands, one of the main principles of Tai Chi.